Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're watching from. I'm your host, That's Face Doge Guy, and welcome to another Doge Space Roblox launch here, the second flight of Shiba from Launch Complex 1 at the Veluwe in the Netherlands. Today, I'm here joined by my co-host for today's Shell Flights. Hello, Shell Flights? Are you here? It seems like I cannot hear you. So there's some mic issues. Oh dear. Okay, we are having some trouble. I cannot hear him. That could be me though. Hold on, I'll rejoin and see if it works then. Hold on. Okay, hello Shovellites. I still don't hear you. Okay, that's quite odd. We are having some problems right as we start the broadcast, so a bit strange. I am going to see what's happening. We'll come to him later. First, let's begin with the rocket here, as you can see it on your screen. The second flight of Shiba, carrying Aidsat-13 and 14 here. We're at the moment, as you can see, in a hold at T-minus 15 minutes just to get the final operations ready. So that will probably not take long from now. And it seems like we are still having the problems. Show flights, hello? I cannot hear you. I don't know what is happening. Okay, well it seems like I cannot hear him, which is quite sad. Okay, just give us a second to maintain the issue here. A little maintenance. Okay, okay, while we wait on this, let me tell you guys about today's launch here. The Shiba rocket, as you can see, just ground cruising near the engine bay here as we get final operations and checks out before the launch. Yes, it is safe, no danger whatsoever. So, today's launch, the Shiba rocket, the two-stage rocket, basically you could compare it to Falcon 9, but it is launching. It is planned to launch small satellites into orbit. Yes, it can carry Doge sats, and yes, it can carry 8 sats. And
you sent you loud and clear. I'm back. Sorry for the mic problems. There's an issue with the mic problems, but I'm finally back. Okay. I just fixed my mic problem.
Okay, I can hear you. Shuttle Flights, introduce yourself to the stream.
My name is Shuttle Flights, and I'm actually, but you can call me Adam because
Adam,
that's
yes.
my Christianity name. Yeah. So I was like working for the shuttle program, and then and yeah, that's all what I have to say.
And now you're here. So.
But only thing is that I was like doing commentary for the shuttle missions, and yeah. But right now I'm right here, so
yeah, you're here.
First time I'm gonna do the commentary there.
First time you're here on a Doge space launch. Nice to have you here, though. Of course.
Yep.
Much appreciated here. I think we're also later today gonna have a flight of your space shuttle. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That will be probably I believe an hour after this event. Now, of course, with the hold, because we just released the countdown at T-minus 15 minutes. We're now counting down 14 minutes and 30 seconds until the launch of the Shiba rocket. So at the moment, everything's standing tall and perfect here as we prepare for the launch soon. Just going through the camera angles here, as you can see, The two-stage rocket, once again, now fully loaded with propellant, LOX load, and RP1. As you can see, and everything seems to be going well for the launch later. So, once again, the launch location for this Shiba rocket launch is at the Veluwe in the Netherlands. It's a pretty popular place, I would say. In real life, it's not supportive to these kinds of launches, of course, because there are also animals running around here. But, you know, it's Roblox. We can do anything we want here. So, pretty cool that's based in the Netherlands. A European launch vehicle made in the Netherlands and launched from the Netherlands. So, I think it's a pretty cool thing. Now, at the moment, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is actually pretty cool, though. It's like very peaceful country in there, and
indeed.
Yeah.
Shelfa, have you ever been to the Netherlands?
Say that again.
Have you ever been to the Netherlands?
Nah, I was like staying in Lithuania like forever.
You haven't.
I wish I could go to the. No, I never have been like to the Netherlands, but I wish I would like be here too, but
yeah, it's a beautiful country, I can tell you, of course.
Yeah, I could tell too, but the flight was like very expensive, so it's I don't know how do I need to do because like it's a very expensive flight.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe in the future we can meet.
Yeah, maybe in the future, yeah.
yeah. At the moment, it is absolutely zero clouds in real life. When I look out of the window, there are no clouds anywhere.
Mine is just like a little bit cloudy. But I can still see the sun through the clouds.
No, but you need to know, for the past like 24 hours, there have been zero clouds in the sky. Like,
zero clouds. Holy cow!
If I look everywhere in the sky, there's not even a cloud nearby. So, as you can see in the game, it is also no clouds here to make it, of course, very realistic.
Oh my god!
And real time, of course. So when the sun sets in the Netherlands, the sun sets in the game at the same time. So I think that's a very cool aspect to the Dutch weather. And it also shows in the winter we cannot launch as often because it rains as yeah, how do I say that without swearing? It rains as poop here. It's not fun to say the least. Like it's in the winter. Now last winter we didn't really have that problem, but like somewhere around 2024 2025 you could have said it was constantly there was a month period where it was constantly raining every single day. There was no sun in the area for like weeks. And that is so annoying, and we just called it Dutch weather, which is very funny because it also rained that summer. So pretty cool, pretty funny, I would say. But now I'm glad there are zero clouds because we can finally enjoy the weather like we did. And I for surely did. It was a great time. But now we're focused on the launch here. The two-stage Shiba rockets launching 2 Aidsats. Now, there is a good history behind Aidsats because I believe the last time we launched Aidsats was 2023, and before that 2021. So it's been a few year period between Aidsat launches. I believe it was on a Tory rocket where we launched fewer Aidsats. And fun fact, there is also a Tory launch tomorrow evening, but that will not be live streamed. To find that launch footage, which will be replay footage, you can see on the Doge Aerospace Partnership Energy's channel, as well, called DAPA, for the launch replay on that tomorrow evening. Probably a few hours after launch, that will be available to you. That will be launching, I believe, Aidsat 11 and 12. So 13 and 14 is first before 11 and 12. That wasn't the original plan, actually. The original plan was to launch 11 and 12 actually a week ago, but that just every single day that got postponed. We tried it again, but didn't work out. So then we just settled that we're going to launch Shiba first, and then we're going to launch Tory, just to get Tory prepared for its return to flight here, because it hasn't flown since 2023. So it's a 3-year gap for Tory by Rogotivity. I don't know if anyone recognizes that. But the launch location is from Hawaiian Islands, and it is expected to be a little tiny cloudy in the area of the Hawaiian Islands. So now that is settled, we also have some Dogesat launches coming up. Also on this rocket. Now we are not sure what Dogesat we're gonna launch on Shiba, because we only can launch one Dogesat because it's pretty big satellite. So we are going to figure that out. Yes, Shiba will be launching more, so don't be afraid about that. And we expect a few more launches here in 2026, but we're not too sure about that because, of course, in May, I think Shelf Flights can explain that the best, because in May there will not be any you cannot really play games if you're under 16. Like, how do I explain that?
Well, that's actually a pretty good question, though, because we don't even not even know. It's like,
well, we do know. It's just hard to explain. I think.
Yeah, very hard to explain, but
I think Roblox itself explains it best, of course. I believe you cannot publish any games without paying money. Like, you need Roblox Plus to make games available for under 16. And that is pretty hard because some pretty big chunk of people in the road space community are under 16. And of course also a big chunk are above 16, so in that case they are lucky. But yeah, it's going to be pretty troubling. Now, Doge Space will not be affected a lot, since this, as you can see now, there are not a lot of people. It's more just a game about, it's about the rocket itself. There's no ground crew or anyone necessary, and if we have them, they are trusted friends, as it's either my alt or Shoal Flights as trusted friend, which you can also set on Discord, or on Discord, on Roblox. So that is settled. At least they made a kind of good decision on that. But with games like NASA space shuttle games, where you need astronauts, like tons of people, you have tons of supporters, that's going to be troubling, because it's not going to be as popular or good as it used to be, which is troubling, which is indeed troubling. Like, unless you have the Roblox Plus, where you could publish games under 16, it's going to be troubling.
Especially the Roblox Plus is an important thing to buy it. If you guys don't even have any money or whatever, or maybe a credit card, but maybe one of your parents have like a credit card, maybe you should carefully ask them to buy you Roblox Plus. But if you guys ever have like your own money or credit card and just buy it by your own, like without asking their parents, so that will be easy.
Yeah, well, unless you have some financial issues, but that's personal stuff.
Yep.
Now, enough about the Roblox situation for May. That's also a reason why we want to talk about it. We have a new launch site Site 2 here at the Veluwe in the Netherlands. It's actually next to this launch site, as you can see on your screen. Let's actually go over to the second launch site. I will just go here with my camera so you can actually see. Just going on top of the... And there it is. You might have seen this on the X post, X/Twitter post a few days ago. The launch site number 2. Here's a good look at it. And if you're wondering what rocket is going to be launched here, it's called the Xula rocket. This was originally called Rocky Blast. I think many people recognize this, but it's basically a V2 version of Rocky Blast, which is a sounding rocket. So it's the Xula rocket will be going suborbital, so it's not an orbital rocket. So our only orbital rocket will be Shiba. So here's a good look at launch site 2 here. Let's also zoom in a little bit so you can see the launch pad. With right now no rockets, since that's under construction for launch somewhere in May. We're not sure about it, but it is expected to launch somewhere in May. So enough about that. Back to the launch of Shiba here on launch site number 1, as it is go for launch at the moment with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go until the launch. At the moment, all tanks are fully fueled and prepared for launch as we're getting closer and closer. Now I believe it is all replenished and fully fueled. With the replenish, I believe already completed, and now we're just gonna leave it there. And at T minus the following steps, I will go. Let me just quickly.
I loaded at some point, not even see the countdown, but
No, you don't. There's no countdown in the game itself. It just.
Okay.
But it will launch. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll probably hear it as well in the game if you have the Roblox sound on. Please wait as I get the timeline here. Okay, it seems like we don't have the timeline here. Please wait. Okay, here we go. So, coming up now, we had engine chill actually a few minutes ago. So that's just a chill of the engines to make sure they are cooled off before actually running. And at T minus 1 minute, we will have all systems in control of the rocket, so the computers will be in control of the rocket itself, and there will be a final tank pressurization on the bottom tanks as well. And at T minus 30 seconds, we will have a confirmation of go for launch. Now we do not have mission control. Well, we do have mission control audio, but we don't expect to hear go for launch calls on the main net. So. And then at T minus 2 seconds will be engine ignition, and 0 will be liftoff. Then following at T plus 40 seconds, which is pretty early in the count, I would say, will be max Q. And then at around a minute and 30 to 40 seconds will be the stage separation. So it's a quick vehicle, I would say. Now we should get the mission control nets here on shortly.
Auto sequencer started. Check step 76. BLC verify T minus 2 minute limit checks are go.
Limit checks are go.
Check step 77. PCC activate ordnance arm enabled.
Audio.
Arm enabled.
Check step 78. PCC RMS SNAs.
And there we talked about.
Check step 79. PCC RMADs.
ADs armed.
Check step 80. All stations were currently complete through step 80. Standing by step 81 at T minus 1 minute.
And there we explained the countdown net. So now things are getting exciting here, as we are now a minute and 18 seconds until launch. So now I'm going to reduce commentary here as we hear the mission control. Once again, T minus 1 minute.
And all stations, this is launch conductor. T minus 1 minute
all
and counting. Check step 81.
All computers now have control of the launch vehicle. T minus 50 seconds.
This is the launch conductor. Step number 82. VM verify stage select activated.
VM is go for launch.
Copy that, VM. Check step 82.
Things are go here. We're coming up to T minus
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Here we go.
Minus 30 seconds. How?
Let's listen in to mission control as Shiba launches 2 Aidsats into low Earth orbit.
Orb TM start strip chart recorder.
Strip chart started.
Check step 83. T minus 10. 5,
right.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we just saw a successful liftoff here of Shiba.
And we have a liftoff.
Listen into the sound as Shiba goes to space.
That's a very alarm.
Watch vehicle attitude nominal. Vehicle power and motor pressure nominal. Vehicle
T plus 30 seconds. Successful launch of Shiba as we're now coming up to max Q in 10 seconds. Max Q.
On stage 1, step.
Maximum aerodynamic pressure is like right now.
T plus 57 seconds.
It's now falling down now.
That was beautiful sound from the rockets. T plus 1 minute.
T plus 1 minute into the flight.
Everything's
All
looking
engines are
nominal so
still
far.
looking good.
Yep. Holy crap, that was a beautiful launch there. Now coming up to stage separation.
Stage 1 set, stage 2 ignition confirmed.
Okay, it seems like there's a delay
Stage 1
between
confirmed.
the feed. There it is. Now we have official confirmation of stage separation. And there was stage separation. You cannot really see it on your screen, but it is happening.
Stage 2 motor pressure is nominal.
Launch vehicle attitude is nominal.
I don't think we're gonna get any more views than this. Our broadcast is limited to certain views, of course, because we are launching in a more secretive zone, I should say. We cannot show as much as we would normally do. Now let's see if we can find the second stage still. There it is. We still have some sight of the second stage. Now, of course, we're not going to have full coverage of this, so we are going to end our coverage in a few minutes' time. Oh, wow. What a great launch that was. What did you think of it, Show Flights?
Say that again.
What are your opinions for this on this launch?
It was very fantastic, and well, the sound of it's quite a little bit realistic. So, but the rumbling was like
It was
pretty
loud,
loud,
huh?
and
Yeah.
we almost cannot even hear each other. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's how loud the sound is, and yeah, that's pretty understandable.
Yep.
Shiba is very loud. Now we kind of still see or at least I see the second stage here, and the stream can see it as well, as the second stage is propelling through space at T plus 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And we're not probably going to get any more views, or we're not going to get views for long. Oh, and we only got views for about 3 minutes 40 seconds. Okay, well that is stage 2 views. It seems like stage 1 is still stage 2 flight seems to be going well, and stage 1
seems
as well.
looking good perfectly at this point.
Yes. Now we're not. Once again, we will end our coverage here now. That was a beautiful launch indeed. We saw a successful launch here of the Shiba rocket with the 2 Aidsats on top, and that will now be propelled into orbit. So yeah, that will do its thing. And we'll be ending our coverage here for today. So that was a great launch. Once again, dubs to everyone at the Doge space team for another. At this point, T plus 5 minutes, good launch of Shiba.
Yeah, a very beautiful launch indeed. So
Yeah, indeed. Now, this will bring our coverage to a close now. We would like to thank every person here for watching today. And let's actually get... Okay, well, the first stage is still here, so we're not going to get a lot of views from there. Here's the launch pad number 1 here. It's an empty pad now as the launch happened. Before we go, Shuttle Flights, any last words to the viewers?
thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you very much for supporting
The Doge
for
space
supporting
group.
us actually.
Yeah, for supporting the Doge Space group here and the commentators in between as well. Now, for the people interested in shuttle flight side of things, for the space shuttle launch later today, you can check out. Well, I don't think we're going to be live for it. You could check out Shuttle Flight's channel, NASA Lover _123, or Shuttle Flights on YouTube, and you'll probably find him for replays of his launches. And I don't know if he's going to be live for this one. I don't think so.
Every day likely posting the shuttle videos and live streams for the latest Saturday's shuttle missions.
Yes.
But yeah.
Correct. So if you want to check out that, you can head over there. It's pretty fun, to say the least. So that's going to be it for me as well. We would like to thank you so much for watching. We'll be back for the next launch of Doge Space. Until then, see you next time.